I've just got a bunch of ideas here and I thought I'd share them with you. I did that yesterday, deleted the video. Yeah, don't ask. Anyway, so we're doing this again. So if you happen to catch it yesterday, gonna be a lot of the same information today. You can skip this video. But if you missed it, because I deleted it, then here we go. Okay, so first of all is closures. Well, I guess first of all is this is a lap book, and this is a pattern that I created, and the tutorial for it is on my channel, and so you can just find it, and I'll try to get it linked into the comments for you. And so it just opens like this. It's made out of 4 file folders. If you buy fancy file folders, like not just plain manila ones, you might want to buy more than 4 if you want to use some for lining the plain sides or something like that. But you need at least 4. And then again, there's a tutorial on how to do that. So here's one way to close it. I bought these headbands at the dollar store. It came with a whole bunch of neutral colors, and I knew since I was making this tortoise shell leopard print thing that might be kind of a neat touch. So I have this kind of closure. Then I bought some little girl headbands, and I love the pink, but I love bright colors. So I thought both these looks were really pretty. They just gave kind of a different look. And you could always embellish this too. So if you like the idea of this brown on brown, you could add like a piece of lace on here if you want to kind of zhuzh it up a bit. You could just tie the lace in a little bow, and then you could have that as your closure. Another thing that you can do to close these books is you can do the same thing with lace or ribbon, and you can punch a hole here and punch a hole here. If you have a crocodile that can put in the rivets, that would be great, because then the holes would be reinforced, but just a hole would be fine. You could even reinforce it with tape on the back side or something if you wanted to, and then just thread it through those holes. Put like one ribbon on one side with a knot on the back and a ribbon on this side with a knot on the back, and then you'll be able to tie this book shut right here. Another idea that I had was you could do a similar idea but do a button. So you can like hot glue a little button on this side and put a loop of elastic or a loop of ribbon on this side, and then you've got a button closure. And then another idea is Tim Holtz makes a lot of really cool hardware for creating altered books, chipboard books, all those kinds of things. And he's got a lot of really interesting, cool closures, like things you'd see on outside gates and door hinges and things like that. It sounds kind of wild, but he makes them, you know, small and lightweight, so they're more scrapbooking size. And you could get one of those hooks and actually glue that on here and have this little hook closure. They would be really cool to put some hardware in here. He also has like hardware picture frames and things. You could put even hardware hinges on the side. So if you want to get really kind of grungy and fun that way, the whole, you know, the Tim Holtz line is all kind of grungy and fun. So you could go that route too. So what I'm going to show you today is the insides of a finished one that I've embellished. And what I want you to know is I made this lap book out of all different kinds of folders. So I used file folders that look like this. I obviously used the tortoise shell. I used butterfly, and then I have a bird one that I used also. And I love pattern mixing and putting all sorts of wild patterns together, especially in an altered book. I just think it's so fun. And it's like the outfit you can't get away with wearing, put it in a book. Anyway, so this is pretty fun. So the basic bones, again, of this structure are these 2 flaps, this flap, this flap, this flap. We should call them flap books instead of lap books. These have been around for a little while for homeschoolers and teachers. They've used them a lot, and then kind of scrapbookers took over and started making really cool scrapbooky things, and so that's what I've done here. But I've made a different pattern than what I could find out there, because everything I found was either super easy for kids to make or super convoluted and really hard and took hours to make Like literally the video tutorials were hours that I watched to make one. And I was like, there's gotta be a happy medium. So my tutorial is a happy medium. There are easier ones out there, there are more complicated ones out there, but once you understand how to just put this basic one together, you can add flaps and folds and whatever wherever you want. I want to tell you a little piece about embellishments too. So if you don't have a stash of embellishments like these Project Life cards or little bits like this hearts and this little high and date stars, just keep your eye out for things like this that are on sale either at the dollar store or that you find on sale at kind of a craft store clearance aisle, or there's a company called Peachy Cheap, like a peach you eat, and cheap as in not expensive, peachycheap.com. Go check them out. If you sign up for their mailing list, they send you a link every day with 2 products that you can buy, and they're hugely discounted. And oftentimes you'll get an offer for some kind of scrapbooking papers with coordinating ephemera. So that's a really cool place to find bits and parts to make all these kind of lap books or altered books or different, if you want to create your own scrapbooks. It's just such a good deal. Now some of the things you're going to pass up, you're not going to want to buy, but it is like, I ordered a pack that was normally a $48 pack and I got it for $20, and that included the shipping. So it's a really good deal. Peachycheap.com. I'll try to put that in the comments too so that you can go check that out. I don't make commissions off of that. They don't, as far as I know, they don't have affiliates. I'm just saying it's a really great resource. So pass along a good deal if I find one. So all these came from one ephemera pack that I bought. It was a Project Life pack that came with a box of little doodads and a box of cards. So this didn't, and it was all on clearance at Michael's, like 70% off or something. So it was really inexpensive. And then the folders are super cheap. You can also paint your folders. You can line them with scrapbook paper. You could line them with butcher paper. You could line them with a paper bag. So you've got craft paper look. The sky's the limit. It's a surface, put whatever you want on it. Or don't put anything on it. Or stain it with some kind of coffee or tea stain or something. I don't know. You can just try all sorts of things. So anyway, what I did is I love creating like little secret pockets and flaps. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to make pockets and flaps so that you can kind of run with those ideas also. So this first one is a little tuck pocket, and all these are, this is a strip of leftover folder that I cut off into this shape, and then I just glued it on these sides, and this whole length is open. But because of the tension, when you push these in, even just one, but when you put it in, there's a tension there, and it grabs the paper so that it creates this little fun tension pocket that holds your cards in. So that's kind of a fun way to make an easy little pocket. Here's a little flip up with just a washi tape hinge, so that's super easy. Cute little spot for journaling or a picture or whatever you want. Then you open it up and you get this side here, and I put a bigger card here that says hello, and with another washi tape hinge, little decoration up here in the corner. This was made out of little folder bits that were left over, so that's why in that tutorial I tell you keep all your little scraps, because you can add them as little ephemera decorations. So and then when you're done with your project, you can throw away what you don't use, but you might as well keep your stuff until you know you're done. So let's start over here. This is just a pocket that's been, oh goodness. Okay, here I'm finding a problem with these glossy folders that I thought I had solved, but I didn't. I'm having trouble finding the right kind of adhesive to stick. Let's try this. The right kind of adhesive to really stick that pocket down. These folders are glossy. My other folders aren't, so they don't have a problem. But my thought is to just glue and leave this flap open so you could put in big pieces of notebook paper, you could put in graph paper, I have these big cards, you could put in pictures, anything you want here. Just decorated it with a few little of my ephemera pieces. Then let's go over to the opposite side over here, this was a piece of scrap that I cut off of one of the folders for the middle part. So it was a nice big scrap, so I went ahead and made it a big spot where you could, I just glued a ribbon in there and on the back of there before I glued it down, and that way you can tie it shut. You can put notes in there, you could put pictures in there, you could do little messages, memories, whatever. This book would be great for a gift for someone, and you could just start writing things in these little spots, things you appreciate about them or memories you've had or things like that. This would also be a really fun kind of family or personal dashboard. So like if you need a spot for everybody to write down grocery lists, you can say come, and you could put sticky notes on the inside of here and just say sticky notes, this is the to-do list of chores and this is the to get list at the store. And so you can keep your family all organized in one spot or yourself all organized in one spot. This is a little pocket I made, and I actually sewed little stitching on it. I don't know if you can see that detail. I tried to talk myself out of stitching it, but it just looked so much like a pocket I had to stitch it. But I've got my craft room rearranged and my sewing machine is out, so it was actually really easy to get to my sewing machine for the first time in my adult life. That was exciting. So this is just a little piece of ribbon that I have. I also keep little ends of ribbon for projects like this. I just shove them all in a jar so they look kind of cute sitting on my shelf, and then I can just dig through them and find what I want for little pieces like these. So that makes it really fun and easy. Again, more little folder leftovers and a piece from that ephemera pack. This folder I turned into a folder pocket, so you could shove receipts in there or notes, ideas. Maybe this could be like your idea folder for different crafts you want to do. You could tuck magazine pictures in there for inspiration. There are just so many things you can use this folder for that would be super fun. Here's another washi tape hinged card. Another just little decoration where I took the tab of the folder and some leftover folder and cut that rectangle out and then glued that piece on there. Super easy. Down here we have another hinged piece. This was some leftover folder, and obviously this little hinge here was some leftover folder. So that was just glued into place. Let's see. Then this piece flips up. See if we can get all this on camera. It gets a little wonky because it's kind of big. Okay, so that piece flips up, and then on the inside here you have this panel. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the best way to get all this on camera. I'm not sure I'm doing a great job, but hopefully you'll get the idea. So this was the inside here, and I decorated it with another piece of folder because I like the structure it provided, but you can use scrapbook paper, you could paint, you could do whatever you want. I made another two-sided pocket here so that you can scooch things in and out easily. Added 2 more big cards there, but anything could go there. Pictures, lists, again, notebook paper, all sorts of stuff. If you could use this as a personal journal and put journaling notes in it. And then this was a piece of leftover, and so was the top here, leftover folder, and so I just glued it down, made a little flap. And then I like to just tuck things in kind of funky and fun because it feels like kind of a scavenger hunt. So I just kind of fold things over each other, the top of each other like that. What I really enjoy about making my own books and things like this is these little pockets and hidden spots and different ways of tucking things in and all that kind of stuff. So I hope this inspired you. If you like this kind of thing and you want to see me do more of it, let me know in the comments, because I'm a crafter of all trades. I love all sorts of things, but I love to, on this channel, to bring you what's most helpful for you. So just give me some feedback. Let me know if this is a thumbs up, thumbs down project, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.